Welcome back. So basically, hold on. So basically, today's video is about Back to the Future. So I was originally gonna make this video about Jimmy Neutron, but I haven't actually seen the Jimmy Neutron movie in like 4 months. It's a world record for me. So I'm gonna watch that after this video, because I'm gonna make multiple videos today probably, but I'm going to watch that movie after I make this video. So that's gonna be the next video. But I figured today I'll talk about one of my favorite movies of all time, Back to the Future. Now, I'm wearing this jacket because I honestly think it kind of looks like Marty's jacket from the second movie, to be honest. I mean, I think it has the little thing. I think it kind of does. And the glasses. Where are we? Perfect. Hey, wait, is that me? And is that me? Inside me? Inside me? Oh, it's not open. But basically, good movie. Might be my least favorite out of the three. The second one's definitely my favorite. Even though this go figure and stuff. But anyways, let's talk. That was stupid. Let's talk about Back to the Future. Yeah, one of the greatest movies of all time, which came out in 1983. Pretty old movie, a 37-year-old movie, might I add. And it's a pretty old movie, and they only made 3 of them. They did not want to make a 4th one, so we don't have a 4th one. So, I guess on with the video. Look at me. Alright, so basically, the movie starts here with our potential protagonist, Marty McFly, who's friends with, in this universe, or in this timeline, is supposed to be a 70-something-year-old guy, and this 17-year-old, is friends with him. That's normal. So Marty actually has this, girlfriend. Her name is Jennifer, and funny thing, between the first and the second one, her actor actually changes, but in the second and third one, it's the same. Yeah, it's pretty weird, but, And Marty actually has this principal named Principal Strickland who thinks he's a slacker, but he's actually a slacker with his hair in my I'm sorry. That was kind of mean, but yeah. Then you see Marty's family, who are poor, and they're kind of, bad. She can't get a girlfriend. This guy works like a fast food place. This guy's the mom is like an alcoholic, and she's basically given up on life. It's sad. And the dad guy basically has to bow down to this guy's free will, and he's kind of a jerk. His name is Biff. His name, I don't know if he knows. This news thing always pops up. This is this guy. His name is Biff Boy Bifferton. What was I saying? Alright, it's like 3 a.m. or 1 a.m. Not as good, but in the movie. So basically, Marty, actually gets to meet up with this guy, Doc, who's played by Christopher Lloyd. And he shows Marty a time machine. I didn't know this movie was about time travel. The movie was called Back to the Future, you know. Who would have thought? And the time machine is a 1982 car called a DeLorean. Time stuff built on it. And basically, you have to get up to 88, and it time travels. And that's it. But then out of nowhere, these Libyans show up, and basically, they're just here because Doc actually stole the plutonium, I think. And yeah, that happened. And so the Libyans killed Doc. Okay, he was a very important character. We're only like 5 minutes into the video, and he's already dead. But your boy Marty over here, he's still alive, because he never actually got shot. So he goes in the DeLorean. You know, it's like a high-speed chase or whatever. Pretty crazy. But Marty accidentally kind of goes up to 88 and doesn't just drive away. He goes up to 88. And Doc had the time preset to an event just to show Marty, but it was already set on that time by mistake. So Marty gets transported into 1955. I don't know why I said it like that. Marty ends up in 1955 and ends up crashing into a barn. And the little top of the plasmat suit, you know, comes, and then these people get scared. End of the movie. Marty parks the DeLorean behind this sign that says Lion Estates. Yeah. And then Marty ends up wandering around in the town. Yeah. And then Marty goes into a diner. And do you remember how that guy, the nerd, whatever? Well, this is him in the past. He wasn't dead yet. Probably should have mentioned that. But yeah, that's him in the past, because Marty went 30 years in the past to 1955. This Chad, basically, he works at this diner, and he doesn't know what he wants to accomplish, really, but he basically, hear me out. So he doesn't know what he wants to be, or kind of, but Marty's like, oh yeah, you're going to be mayor. It's just like, mayor, I like that idea. And so he's the one who got that idea from Marty in the past, and so loophole. But then they come in to pick on this guy, but Marty, he's big tough guy, so he's not really scared. But Biff beats this guy, he chokes him, and he actually kills him. That last part was a joke. So basically, the dad, Marty's dad. Okay, so he bikes away, and Marty follows him to like his house. All right, so Marty's dad is just in the tree, you know, chilling. Everything's okay.
A few moments later.
Yeah, everything's totally fine. So, you know, Marty's hit by a car. It's all good. Marty ends up waking out in his mom's house with his pants off. Yeah, totally normal. Marty's concerned, though, because his mom has basically a huge crush on him now. This is the weirdest movie I've ever seen. Alright, so basically now they're out of there. It's still kind of a big deal. So basically they're in the house and they're going to eat dinner. You know, it's good. He sees his Uncle Joey behind the bushes. He's like, okay, you better get used to these, because he went to jail. But then Bud pulls out the TV, and okay, so hear me out. So this is gonna be black for a second. So Marty does a lot of stuff that they're like, what the heck? Just what the heck? Marty says he has 2 TVs. You know, no one back in this time has 2 TVs. He says it's a rerun, and the kid's like, this is brand new. What's a rerun? And he says a lot of stuff that he shouldn't say because it doesn't exist in 1955. Also, just a little thing from this clip I pulled up. It says Marty goes in the 1950s. Yeah, you could be more specific. The plot of him specifically going to 1955 is pretty important. And Marty's uncomfortable with literally everything that's happening, as you can see by his face. So he gets out of there in a heartbeat. So Marty ends up at Doc's house, but in 1955, and Doc honestly doesn't believe him. He shows him pictures and thinks it's fake. When he tells him Ronald Reagan's president, he doesn't believe it. When Marty tells him about how he got the bruise and how time travel is possible, he kind of believes him. And he shows him the footage from like a 1980-something camera onto a 1950-something TV. Nice. Doc freaks out when he says the time machine needs 1.21 gigawatts of energy, which in 1985 is, I guess, more common, but in 1955 it isn't, So basically, Doc is like 1.21 gigawatts that can be taken from lightning, but very unlikely, I mean, come on, how are they going to get lightning to a DeLorean? Actually, that might be possible. The thing is, though, here's how this might be possible. Marty knows from that Save the Clock Tower paper and the whole stories and stuff that a bolt of lightning was shot at the clock tower November 12th, 1955. And, Doc's like, if we can harness the energy Friday night, we're sending you Back to the Future, blah, 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 blah. So Marty has two missions. One, get back to 1985, and two, connect his dad with his mom, because the reason they got married is because his mom just felt bad for the dad, George. I don't know why I keep saying the mom and the dad. I'm just gonna say George and Lorraine. But now that Lorraine has a crush on Marty, Marty has to fix things. Hold on 1 second. Ice. Alright, so anyways, him and Marty get into a fight, because Biff's trying to, get on his mom or something. I don't know, and they start fighting and stuff, but Principal Strickland comes out of nowhere to say, So basically, George isn't going to make anyone on this planet, ask him to go out for something or something. I don't know, but, well, hold on. But basically, he says on this planet, and George is a big sci-fi guy, so Marty, I think you can see where this is going. Oh yeah, baby, Marty used the blast man suit, the trigger man, because he's Darth Vader, yo! Yo, is him! And so yeah, basically he convinces him, So George tries asking her, but look, what is this guy doing? But as George is trying to ask Lorraine, Marty has to do something to save the day. Basically, alright, I literally just tried filming something and it stopped. I was like, alright, something, and then it stopped. I don't know if you saw that. But Biff gets the crap beat out of him. But she's like, oh, that's Calvin Klein, and she thinks he's and I'm sure and Marty decided to use a skateboard before skateboards were really a thing, So, it is a pretty epic chase scene. If you want to watch it, I mean, it's on YouTube, 7 out of 10. It's actually what the clip is. I honestly don't know. This is a high-speed police chase now. Alright, so this is the second time in the movie Marty gets hit by a car. But then Marty does some cool stuff, and they get hit by a bunch of manure. 10 out of 10. Actually, it's 7 out of 10. And this happens to Biff every movie. Manure. He hates manure. And basically goes to investigate the house thing, the father where he lives, but I don't know, why am I talking in this voice? Basically, Doc has this plan to harness the energy and stuff, and he makes a model for it. Then Marty has this big talk with George. Alright, it's later, not in the actual day, but it's nighttime now, the night of the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, which is the big dance everyone's talking about. Marty actually writes a letter to tell Doc that he's going to get shot in the future, so he has to prepare him for it so Doc doesn't die. Besides of old age, Like, he wants him to die of old age, not because of getting shot, Here we go to the enchantment under the sea dance, baby! Literally everyone's jamming. And Rain takes Marty in the car. Hey, yo! Literally, Bud drinking alcohol. Marty's like, what?
From the old lady's liquor cabinet. Yeah, well.
So basically, if you heard that, didn't mean to, but basically Marty tells her not to drink and stuff. I didn't mean to unpause it. Dang, she's smoking! But you know, we got all the guys jamming. So actually, Biff, yeah, that guy, he actually spiked the punch, bro. And Bud over here drinking it. And this is where the movie, I start kind of getting weird, so I'm just gonna pause it for, a while. I can't anymore. Rain says when she kisses Marty, it feels like she's kissing her brother. Oh, and Marty's plan worked out. George is coming. Alright, Marty's dead. I am literally concerned. Like, I feel like I'm gonna call the police because I feel very uncomfortable with what I'm watching. Like, 100% serious. I'm actually traumatized, I think. So, like, what? The frame I paused. No. So they basically kidnap Marty. This guy's looking into my soul. This guy's like, what the heck are you doing to my car, boy? What? I hate this. What? This is messing everything up. And then all the other guys come out. It's the gang. They try getting Marty out, but the keys are literally in the truck. Dun, 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 dun. But then it's your boy George coming to save the day. Genius art. But George thinks the plan is still, going through and that Marty's the one in the car. But it's the boy! Da, 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 da. The frame. But George McFly, he doesn't walk away. But he's kind of crapping his pants right now. But he decides to stand up and says no. But he's gonna die. But trust me. He tries punching in, and, well, this happens. Oh, yeah, Bud, get wrecked. But that must hurt, bro. Alright, so he just killed George. Okay, we can add that to the kill count. They're trying to get Marty out, but his hand gets hurt. No! Not the gang! Or one of the members of the gang! Marty's out, though. Or Calvin Klein. Yeah, I didn't mention that, but Marty has to go undercover because that'd be weird if he called himself McFly. So he just kind of goes around as Calvin Klein because that brand of, underwear doesn't exist. Well, at least in 1955. And then Bud's like, leave him alone! Actually, that's exactly what she says. And then, she's dead, so add another kill to the count. George sees this and is like, yeah. You literally hear Biff's laugh, and then this creepy music starts playing. He's like, oh, no. But then Bud starts forming a fist. Oh my god, it's Arthur! And then the most satisfying scene in the movie. Oh, okay, he's actually dead now. She's like, bro, holy crap. She's like, what? What? He's literally so happy. He's never done anything like that in his life. And then, this is cute. Oh yeah, did I mention there's this thing where the picture keeps getting erased because he's changing the events of the past? Although technically this doesn't make sense. Marty would be the one disappearing first because he's the youngest. But you know they had to make it like that way for the movie. Alright, now we come back to Doc. Okay, let's go. Alright, now we're back to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. Okay, that's cool. Also, Marty's a professional guitar, kinda. He's a guitar player, and this guy's hand is broken, so they're gonna get some guy off the street. Oh yeah, I forgot. Actually, never mind. They're doing Marty. And then there he goes. Yeah. But then they start dancing to Earth Angel. But then freaking Butterbeer's like, Scram McFly. But whole freaking. Yeah. But then Marty actually starts messing up in the guitar because they're getting separated. Like, look, I'll show you. He kind of gives up, and Marty's kind of sucking because he's disappearing from my existence, yo. Alright, now we're in a horror movie again. Alright. Yo, holy crap, he's erasing from existence! Oh, but then he pushes that guy over. Okay, that conflict was resolved actually really easy. And then they kiss. But then Marty springs back because he's playing Earth Angel. And then the song gets into like this like accomplishing, move. It gets more happy and it just goes like that kind of. I don't know how to explain it. Yo, and everyone's back! And then George thanks Marty as he just changed his life. Holy crap! A silly moment, even though that was a very emotional and probably the best scene in the entire movie moment. Alright, now there's actually one more song. Johnny Be Good. And the guy's like, come on, man, let's do one more time. Something that really cooks, This guy is great, though. Marvin Berry or whatever. Then, holy crap, he's actually playing Johnny Be Good. You can look up the Johnny Be Good part, because I can't play it, because copyrighted stuff, This scene is also a very satisfying one, not gonna lie. Dang, man, this movie is so satisfying now. Not uncomfortable. It's the best movie of all time. But then Marvin or whatever he calls Chuck Berry, the guy that actually made Johnny Be Good. So that means Johnny Be Good plagiarized from Marty or Calvin Klein, I guess, But now Marty starts doing the actual reenacting, swimming the guitar and stuff, Like this is what I'm talking about. Okay. Now it's just kind of going insane. And that's the end, they got the two guys, like, Marty, that was interesting music. They're just kind of friends now. And, it's touching. They're like, goodbye, see you. I might see you again, it's good. But, his name's actually Marty. But they just don't know the McFly. But when it's like, Marty, such an interesting name. So she named Marty after Marty. Genius! Marty's back seeing as Doc is about to send him back to 1985, which is very important. So Doc is telling Marty, you gotta be careful, and he's telling him how he's gonna get back, how Marty has to do this and everything, because this is very important. If they mess this up, Marty's, gonna be in the same time forever. They're saying their goodbyes and stuff, Then Doc notices the letter Marty put in his pocket thing. Then Doc rips up the letter that's gonna tell him he's gonna die, so Doc is definitely gonna die. But then, the plug. Not the plug, bro. Doc has to go put that plug back up, and they have 5 minutes. Great Scott. Yeah, so Doc has to go all the way back up and plug it in. 5 minutes. I'm starting to wonder how this movie is even possible. Right as Marty's telling him, the clock goes off. Doc kind of slips. He doesn't fall, though. He just kind of slips, but Marty gets in the DeLorean and starts scurrying along. You better hurry, boss! On your mark, get set. No, he's not actually going yet. I just made a kind of little quirky joke. It's right there. It's right there. It's so close. Oh no, it's too far away. Now that he tried plugging this one in because it got stuck on the tree and he couldn't. And it's plugged in now, but this got unplugged, so he's got to go back down and plug that in. This is crazy. He might be old, but he still does the deed. This is gonna be crazy. And he actually makes like a cool little zip line. You know, that's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm showing the wall because he plugs in the last segment, second, not segment, I meant second. But I just want to warn you, it's very bright. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. And thus, Martin McFlurrin gets back to the future. Well, Marty ends up at a spot, but guess who he sees? The Libyans drive by. Holy crap! Okay, Mr. Martin McFartin, basically, you know, he runs or whatever to the mall. But I do want to show you something that's actually different. It actually says lawn pine because earlier in the movie, when he ended up in the farm, he knocked over one of the two pine trees. So it's called a lawn pine, not twin pine. Yeah. Well, as you can see, Doc's already dead. Well, that was pointless. Sad. He's completely dead. Oh my gosh, this literally is a horror movie. It's a zombie! Marty is literally like so confused in this scene. Doc shows him he had a bulletproof vest because he read the letter. And Doc says he's gonna go ahead like 20 years something. You know, that's just where he decides he's gonna go, I guess. Although I think that's referencing part 2, but they go ahead 30 years. So, you see, basically that whole time he was gone, it was the same time, so it's like everything froze. But to him, that was an entire freaking week. Also, his little alarm sound is back again. That was just a little short preview. Now, Marty thought that whole time it was just some stupid, silly, old nightmare. But it actually wasn't, and I have proof. Dang, they looking fresh! Dang, look how good they look now, bro. Dang, Biff working for them now! Because he uses a little auto-detailing thing, you know. Also, he made a book about how he met Wayne, I guess. Because that's one of his stories. And also, I don't know if it counts Marty in it, but it does recount the Darth Vader moment, so now look, Marty has the sweet truck, yo! Oh, yo, and look, there's Jennifer from the earlier, like, the very beginning of the movie. Ew, the kid. No, I'm joking. I'm not a 5-year-old. Yo, holy crap, is that the dog? Looking at me from the future, yeah! He's telling me he's gotta go back to the future. That's okay. Now he has this new thing called Mr. Fusion. Instead of having to use plutonium from the Libyans, he uses just trash. Better for the environment, too, I think. Unless it produces some toxic air or something. I don't know. Doc's telling him something's about his kids. It's not about them, it's just about their kids. I don't know what's gonna happen. Actually, I do. I'm just saying that because for the review and stuff. Never mind. Alright, so, you know, they're just gonna, I guess, drive up to 88 again, you know, it's totally normal, you know, just... Yes, totally normal. Yo, what the freak, bro? Holy crap! Yo, it is flying! Well, that was Back to the Future. Pretty good movie, to be honest. Easily one of my favorites of all time. Easily one of my favorites of all time. It's really cool. The main characters are likable. Yeah, I don't know. It has Christopher Lloyd in it, so it automatically makes it better. But I think the plot is really cool about him getting sent to 1955 and the whole parents fiasco. This movie got rejected a bunch of times because of that. You know, that's pretty weird. I don't think no one would want that. It made me feel uncomfortable. But once John V. Good came in, this is so good. But it's a very charming and fun movie. It might be the worst of the 3. I don't know. Either 1 or 3 is the worst. The second one's definitely the best, in my opinion. But I feel like 1 doesn't just do something like set up the groundwork. I'd say for the Jimmy Team Power Hours, It doesn't. The first one kind of just sets up the groundwork, but this one sets up it and is its own standalone movie that can be enjoyed all on its own. Heck, that part only happened there because they weren't even planning on making a sequel. They just, saying Marty and Doc had more adventures to come. But it's always specific the way they do it. Dang it, I keep messing up. But yeah, it's a fairly charming movie. If you like time travel and stuff and sci-fi like your boy, then you'd probably enjoy the movie. And I would recommend the ride at Universal, but that got changed to The Simpsons. There's a bunch of other Back to the Future stuff, and I'll probably talk about the second and third ones. Maybe not this year, but probably next year, because I've got a whole bunch of new video ideas. And this one was pretty hard to make. This is like a half-hour long video. I usually do 15 to 20 minutes. This is like 25 to 30 or 30 to 35. I don't actually know how long this video is going to be. But it's a really enjoyable trilogy, and like I said, this is a very old movie. This is a 37-year-old movie. I bet you weren't even 37. Okay, maybe you might be, depending on who was watching this. But the other people that actually subscribe to me that aren't like family and stuff, are you 37? I thought so. Dang, my stomach is growling. But it's just a good movie. It's just a good movie. And I think I'll see you in the future. The far future. Back when we're in the future.